Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the team I took over in the Battle Company Season 1 Miners Division. Unfortunately, someone did have to leave, but I got to pick up the reins of the team, and it's a pretty good one. I'm very excited to use it. So for the first one, we have Megalopony, which is a Pokemon that I am very excited to use. This is a very strong physical attacker with really great speed, and it's just an overall good Pokemon because in the Battle Company, they're allowing past moves to be used, such as Return. So this makes Megalopony just that bit better, and I'm really excited to use it. On my team though, this will be called Shoot Style, in reference to My Hero Academia. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. It's really good. Anyways, moving on, we have Aegislash. Aegislash is another really cool Pokemon. It has two forms. It has its Shield form and its Blade form. So in Shield form, it has a defense of 140 and a special defense of 140. This allows it to be just a very bulky wall. But when it goes to attack, its ability Stance Change switches it to Blade form, and Blade form basically swaps that, so it becomes 140 attack and 140 special attack, which allows it to be a mixed attacker. And this is just an overall really good Pokemon. Nice typing of Steel Ghost. I'm excited to use this Pokemon, and it's going to be really fun to use against some of the teams that I've already started looking at and started to prep for. Next we have Latios. Latios is a really strong special attacker with 130 special attack. It also has a very good special defense and speed, both at 110. This Pokemon is going to be one of the better sweepers I have, and it also starts building that Steel Dragon Fairy Core. And it's just a very strong Pokemon altogether, and that Dragon Psychic typing is a very good typing and allows me to deal with a lot of Pokemon that I otherwise would not be able to. Next we have Gliscor. Gliscor is a Pokemon I have not used yet. It has a great physical defense of 125, great typing of ground flying. Its abilities Hyper Cutter, Sandveil, and Poison here are very interesting. Poison Heal normally works with Toxic Orb, and it does have a glaring weakness to Ice, but otherwise this is a pretty good Pokemon to have as a decent attack stat with 95 attack and decent speed. Also at 95, it's not the greatest special attacker, but it doesn't learn many special attacking moves, so it doesn't really matter. But overall, very excited to play around with Gliscor and learn what it can do. We then have Suicune, which is a very interesting Pokemon. A pure water typing with 115 defense and 115 special defense. This is a very bulky water type, which is what I'll probably be using it for. I could also do Toxic Sub. I can make sure that these Pokemon that I need Toxic on just to get them down, I can make sure that I get them down because of this just bulky water type that I get to use. Its abilities, Pressure and Air Focus. Air Focus is very good to have, and then Pressure as well. Also just keeps that PP going down as fast as it can go. So moving on, we have Rotom Heat, the electric fire type Rotom. This has Levitate, which is a nice ability given that it would be 4 times weak to ground type moves if it did not have Levitate. This is a very good special attacker with 105 as its special attacking stat. It also has decent defense and special defense at 107. This Pokemon will be most likely my defogger, and also a way so I can set up Will-O-Wisp so I can take down physical attackers easier with the other Pokemon. But this Pokemon also is going to be very pertinent to a lot of the teams I go against, just because of that Will-O-Wisp. I need to get off on some physical Pokemon just so they don't completely sweep my other teams. So moving on to the next Pokemon, which is Drapion, which is a very interesting Pokemon, and in the team builder I'll do soon for my first battle of this league, I'll show you why it's pretty interesting. But it has a decent defense stat of 110. It's a pretty strong physical attacker with 90 attack. Battle armor prevents it from getting critical hits, which is very nice, especially since the game that we play is sometimes up to RNG and the hacks. But at the end of the day, we're just playing to have fun, and I'm excited to use Drapion. It's a very interesting Pokemon, and for the first battle I'm gonna record of this, it's gonna be pretty important. So moving on to our final piece of the puzzle for the Steel Dragon Fairy Core is Aromatisse with Healer and Aroma Veil. It's a decent cleric. It learns Aromatherapy, Heal Bell, and Wish. So I can bring this to get rid of any status effects, and I can also Wish so I can heal up some of the Pokemon that need to be healed. It's a decent special attacker with 99 special attack, so I can get off some Moonblast with this Pokemon. And it's also pretty bulky with 101 health, as well as 72 and 89 respectively for defense and special defense. So this Pokemon is going to be just a very bulky wall that can heal my Pokemon that if I need it. And I can also dish out a decent amount of damage should I need it. Next up we have Type Null. Type Null is an interesting Pokemon. I prefer Silvally, and most people do prefer Silvally because it does allow versatility. But Type Null is a decent Pokemon, normal typing with basically straight 95s across the board except for speed, where it's lacking with 59. The ability Battle Armor, like I said with Drapion, prevents it from getting hit by critical hits, which is nice. It can be used just to pivot out of things. It's a decent Pokemon. It can do a lot of things. And then moving on to Cradily, with the ability Suction Cup and Storm Drain. This is my answer to water types. This is going to be pretty important against all the water types, especially since I have Rotom Heat, Gliscor, that need to be protected from those water types, and it can also dish out a decent amount of damage actually because of that 81 attack and special attack. It's also pretty especially defensive with 107. This Pokemon is going to be very bulky, and it's going to be a defensive wall or special defensive wall, which is going to be just fun to deal with and use. And onto the final Pokemon, we have Raboot. Raboot's a pretty interesting Pokemon. Unfortunately, I can't use Librero on this Pokemon, but it has Blaze as its other ability, which is pretty cool. I can slap an Eviolite on this Pokemon. I could also put a Choice Scarf on it. I can do a lot of things. This is going to be one of my fire types. Normally, I think I'm going to choose Rotom Heat over it, but you never know. Rabbit could come in handy against some of the matches that I'm going to have to do. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. This was the team takeover for the Battle Company, and I'm excited to use this team. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye!